the Jets offensive line's like a pair of FENTY drawers. Easy access, bro. Easy access.
Welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of the Bench Mob ENT podcast. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit that pause button. Make sure you subscribe. Turn on the notifications so you don't miss none of this great content from the Bench Mob. And if you're listening to this, pull over. Make sure you leave us a 5-star review and rate us 5 stars. Fellas, how y'all doing tonight?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm glad to be back.
Are you? You took a little long getting on here, bro.
Hey, didn't you just come back off like a 10-year hiatus? I want to hear it.
Bro, I'm on a week to week basis. I sign a few 10 days here and there, and I come for those 10 days, and then
the guy with spotty service. The guy with spotty service gonna check me about being here, saying I'm happy to be here. You got spotty service and you T-Mobile.
Spotty service.
You T-Mobile, bro.
Nah, my pristine.
You patchy. I'm gonna call you Patch.
Patches.
Patches.
Hey, yo, we started off in the AFC East. Patriots. What does a successful season look like for the New England Patriots?
Determining if Mac Jones is their guy?
I don't think he is, but we'll see. Because last year they had, Twiddledee and Twiddledum running the offense. They had special teams coach and a defensive coordinator running the offense. So can't really judge them off that. They got Bill O'Brien back, which is a big get for them. And I think he'll help them a lot. So we'll see. I think Mac Jones, he's good. I mean, he's not your prototypical, franchise guy. But, I mean, if Belichick can get something out of him, we'll see.
What's the record y'all see from New England Patriots? Is the over or under for them is 7.5?
I would say even, right about at 7.
Yeah.
It could go 6, could go 8.
7 or 8 is where they could. Yeah, I think 7 or 8 is where they could top out. That's their max potential. They upgraded their offense from an offense that was based in the 1920s to an offense that's based now in the 1950s with Bill O'Brien. They still suck. So I don't offensively, I don't expect much more. And the wide receivers still suck. The best wide receiver is Kendrick Bourne or something like that. So I don't really know what we're talking about. This team is. I mean, I'm glad they're not very good. It's nice to see them be bad. They were good for so long. I'm enjoying them. I'm enjoying it thoroughly. I hate Boston.
Right.
I hate Boston. Everything about Boston.
You know they're not winning, and they know that they're not winning a chip this year, right? So I think going into the season, you got to figure out: is Mac Jones a guy? Do I see growth from him? Can he help us be successful in the future? And then figure it out from there. But Miles brought up a good point. Bill O'Brien coming back from Alabama when Matt Patricia was calling plays last year, that's going to help them tremendously just in that aspect of running the offense.
Yeah, they'll be competent, I guess. All I'll say is the worst year you can be in between. The best quarterback prospect of all time maybe is going to be in this draft class, and there's going to be other really good quarterback prospects early in this draft, and you are in between. You're going to win 7 or 8 games and be stuck with McCorkle Jones. Should never took him in the first place. So here we are. Is he bad? No. Is he a franchise quarterback? I don't know. I mean, he's no Daniel Jones, I'll tell you that.
All right. Well, Chris, how many games are you going to go to up there in Massachusetts?
I ain't going to no games in Massachusetts, bro.
He's right there though.
I actually did go to one last year, but that's because they were playing the Bengals.
I'm about to say you up there. That's crazy,
bro. When I tell you Foxborough is cold, it's cold, bro.
I think you're talking about that. Yeah, you would do that though. That's
it was 13 degrees when I went. You had your boy wearing snow pants, bro. Wild.
Now you mentioned Mac McCorkle Jones, another quarterback where some people they got questions on him still. The Dolphins with Tua, they have an over under a 9.5. Do the Dolphins make that next leap and actually end up being one of the second teams this year in the AFC East? Do they win the division somehow? What do y'all see from the Dolphins this year?
No. I think the Dolphins are a team that are overhyped because they got Tyreek Hill last year. Yes, they had an explosive offense, right? You got Waddle, you got Hill, You got Raheem Mostert now, who's super, super fast. But just because you got a fast, explosive offense, that does not translate to winning games. My concern with the Dolphins is that Tua has a proven history of his ability to stay healthy, right? And when you got a quarterback like Tua, who's already kind of he's good, he can get the job done, right? But there's also flashes where he just looks like an incompetent quarterback. And then coupled with his ability to stay healthy, like I think that's going to be a real problem for them. And then also their defense too. I mean, they've been the weak link for the past two years now. I mean, when you look back a few years ago, they had the sixth best scoring defense in the league, right? And then last year they went to the 15th best scoring, and now or excuse me, 2 years ago they went to the 15th best scoring defense, and then last year I think they were the 24th or 25th best scoring defense in the league. So yeah, they got Jalen Ramsey, but I've seen enough of Jalen Ramsey getting burnt last year. I'm not sure how much he's going to help. Yes, it's going to improve their secondary, but at the same time, I don't see them being better than the Bills or hopefully better than the Jets, because the Jets on paper they look solid.
I mean, Jalen Ramsey, he'll be helpful, but that's whenever he comes back. Because remember, he got hurt towards the beginning of training camp, so that's a
forgot about
loss. That's a lot you got to put on Xavier Howard to pick up the slack of Jalen Ramsey. But yeah, you're right. Tua is a big question mark. That's literally the biggest part of that team, whether they make it going forward. Like, if he gets hurt, your backup is Mike White, who, yeah, he had some great games with the Jets, but that's not who you want to rely on, especially with the packed AFC conference as it is. So Tua, you got to bank on him being healthy. And that's what all the coaches, that's what Tyreek Hill's banking on, that all that success they had early where Tyreek Hill's having big games, Jalen Waddle's having big games. Tua was playing really good. And I think he's a really good quarterback. It's just always come down to whether he can stay healthy or not. Because he can make the throws. He's not like Justin Herbert, who can just air it out like that. But if you're asking him to be accurate, and if you're able to block for him and he doesn't have to throw off his back foot, then yeah, he'll make those throws. But health is the biggest question with this team.
Yo, they're gonna win anywhere from 8 to 10 games. I think they're gonna win closer to 10 games. I'm not down on the Dolphins. I'm not buying their stock. Tyreek, you could ask any functional quarterback with a pulse to throw the ball to Tyreek Hill, and they're gonna look good doing it. Okay, it's not that hard. Tyreek gets more separation on his route than anybody else in the league, and he's got Waddle too, and Waddle's only gonna get better. So he gets better from year to year. So I'm expecting them to be really good. The defense has always been pretty solid. Obviously, it's not as great as as it was when they were awful offensively, but it's going to be serviceable enough to hold them afloat, and they're going to put up points. And again, you're not at. This is not about Tua and how good he is. Obviously, stay healthy and don't get concussed this year is a big thing, which isn't his fault. The Bengals, did a WWE's takedown on him in the game. I don't know who that player was. That's crazy. Defending his.
That was a clean hit.
Oh, defending his Wildcats, bro. Listen, man. Listen. All I'm gonna say is, I think with Jeff Wilson, Raheem Mostert, all that stuff, the 49ers running attack, the style they brought over with McDaniel. I like that team, man. I like their composition. They're a very good football team. They're gonna win a bunch of games this year. And Jalen Ramsey will come in to make an impact. Is he as good as he once was? No. He's not as good as he's not as good as he acts like he is anymore. He's clearly on the decline. Okay, that's a fact. But I think he's good enough to help that defensive secondary.
He'll be better than what they had for sure.
So they have Xavier Howard. They have Xavier Howard already on one other side. So
yeah,
it's gonna be a good little tandem they have there. It's kind of like the Cowboys getting Stephon Gilmore and thinking that they have like the greatest defensive backfield in the NFL. They don't. Gilmore's the same player he once was. If he was the same player, he wouldn't be getting 1-year deals and getting tossed around like an Instagram thought around the NFL. That's the reality. So he'd be getting a big deal. Tell me I'm wrong. That's just a fact. Sauce Gardner about to get paid. He ain't no Sauce Gardner level cornerback. It's not like that. But still, he's a savvy vet. Who can help on some Adrian Peterson type. Think about that, and not as bad though. Peterson was getting washed. But regardless, on that level. So I think they're going to win 10 to 8 games in that range. They'll make a run to the playoffs. They'll be in the conversation for the AFC division, title. I think they'll be in that conversation all year long. And it'll be interesting to see them go against a team like Jets or the Bills will probably win it all. But the Jets, right? We'll see them. The Dolphins, we'll see them. He rolling his. Go ahead, yo. Go to the next one, bro. Go to the next one. Dolphins will be good. Moral story. Dolphins will be good.
Before we saving the best for last, obviously we're gonna talk Jets last. So the Buffalo Bills. Will they actually? The only question with them is will they make the Super Bowl this year? We already know what they are in the regular season. We know what Josh Allen is. We know how well they play. We know Stephon Diggs. We know Micah Hyde. We know the squad up and down. Do they get over the hump this year?
I don't think so. I just think that with this team, they haven't gotten better since they were toe-to-toe with the Chiefs a couple years ago. Like, they've actually backtracked a little bit. Like, their offensive line is a big red flag for them. Like, just looking in preseason, you see Josh Allen having to run and create plays because he's having like 1 or 2 seconds to decide something in the backfield. So I think that's a big thing they need to fix. Maybe, with the training camp cuts, they're able to find a diamond in the rough or something for the offensive line, because those tackles they're not going to hold up against the Jets. I'm telling you, like the pass rush for this team is elite. So, and then middle linebacker, they lost Tremaine Edmonds, who was a Pro Bowl caliber linebacker, and they never replaced him. They just tried to replace him with his backup, and he's a turnstile there in the middle of the field. So they got holes in this team. Like, they didn't do much in the draft to get better. Sure, they drafted Dalton Kincaid, which is a very good pick for them. But could they have gone offensive line a little more, knowing that you're only as strong as the big boys up front for the offense? So it was a cute pick, but they might not reap the benefits if he can't, have time to throw back there.
Yeah.
Christian Gregg, let me know. Do y'all think that their Super Bowl window has closed for the Buffalo Bills? Has it completely closed?
No. Flatly no. I don't think so. I think this team's gonna win 12 games this year, 11 to 12 games. They're gonna win the division. I think that's the best team in the division. I think that they're the team you gotta trust the most in terms of for real. They've done it before. They've got the formula. They've got the best quarterback in the division by a mile. They've got the best quarterback in the division by a mile. That quarterback top four in the league, right? Up there with Burrow, up there with Mahomes. Like, he's top 3. He's top 3. When Allen's right, he's top 3. I just think I don't think that's crazy. And so I don't really worry about that team. I really don't. Gabe Davis, Stephon Diggs. The only way this team, there's a key. The key to their season is going to be the play of Cook, the running back. If he can be good and they can have some semblance of a running game to balance out the offense instead of him just dropping back over and over and over again, throwing it, then they're going to be very, very good, because they're going to have the play action threat, deep shots to Gabe Davis. They're going to unlock a different part of their offense they didn't have last year because Singletary wasn't that good, and they haven't had a running attack in God knows how long. So that's the big thing for them. But that's a big thing. And then obviously the relationship between Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen, as long as it doesn't go sour and Stephon Diggs doesn't get again on the sideline, then we should be in a good place with that team, and they should be able to function at a high level. Defensively, they're stout, they're solid, they have good play all over the place. The loss of Edmonds hurts on the linebacking core, but they'll be all right. They got Milano, they'll be okay. I think they're a very good team, and I expect them to keep on rolling. They're gonna win 12 games this year. That's really what I feel. The Jets manhandled them last year up front. The Jets manhandled everybody up front last year. That's just a fact. The defense is elite. So there's the conversation to be had there. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, in a blanket statement, the Bills are the best team in the division, and it's just like no conversation. I'm not stupid. The Jets have a place in this conversation depending on how they look. Because while Miles talking about their offensive line, Jets' offensive line, it's a turnstile too. It's just like going to the subway. You got paid $250, you getting a sack. That's it. It's the same thing. You just swipe your little Metro card, everybody getting in. So it's easy.
Everybody getting in.
Not the
Easy.
Hey, bring your
Easy.
friends, bring
Not
your
the
homies, hop that.
Easy
Everybody
entry.
getting in.
Easy entry, bro.
Now, listen, I agree with everything you're saying too, and I think another thing apart from Tremaine Edmonds departing, right? You got the defensive coordinator Leslie Frazier not there anymore. Announcing last year that he's stepping away for this season. So who knows what that defense is going to look like without their true leader calling the shots and everything on the defensive side of the ball. But I think you got to give the Bills credit just based on everything that they've done, these past few years, right? Playing big games, putting up points with the best of them. It's just the defense that's a concern for me. And obviously James Cook last year when he got his opportunities, right? He had some fumbling issues, right? So let's see how he does with that.
Yep. Yo, the Jets offensive line's like a pair of FENTY draws. Easy access, bro. Easy access.
You are crazy.
We might have a title right here of the episode. The Jets and O-line is like 50 draws.
It's like the bottomless chaps, bro.
God, he was checking his boxes for some fancy draws. Because that's not the Jets, all right? Because this is crazy. This is crazy. Are we talking about the Jets now?
Might as well.
Go ahead, man. Get it off your chest. Hot 97.
So you're saying Rodgers is by far not even in the atmosphere of Josh Allen?
I mean, look, I know he was hurt last year. You're going to tell me he hurt his thumb, he jammed his thumb or whatever when he was smoking hookah or something like that. So whatever, I'll give you that. I think you can have a conversation about him. He's top 10. If he's right, he's top 10. Is he in that tier of Mahomes and them anymore? That's the question. If you ask me that question, I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no.
Wait, hold on. In Rodgers' defense, didn't he win in the past 3 MVPs? He's won 2 of them. No,
of course, but I'm just talking about last year, bro. I'm talking about what we last saw. And he's like,
Last year he was on the decline for sure, but who knows? That could have just been a bad year. Chemistry with the wide receivers that he had, he wasn't putting in a lot of effort. Right? He missed training camp for a little bit, so who knows? Miles
ready to defend him. And when he was doing all this nonsense, I ain't see none of this energy. That's all I'm gonna say. In real time,
Dwayne Wade say, I love it. I love it. I'm ready for September 11th.
Yeah, Monday night they play the Bills, by the way.
Yeah.
That's the first matchup they get.
We're gonna get it popping early.
Oh, okay.
How much playing time Rodgers gonna get, Miles?
For what?
That game.
What game?
Before he gets sacked out the game.
The game against the Bills.
How much playing time?
Yeah.
I mean, I would think he's gonna play the whole game. I know you're trying to be funny, but it's crazy that y'all think that the Jets O-line is that bad. It's not that bad. It's a little overblown at this point.
Overblown.
Yeah, it's overblown. One, we already have our left tackle, Dwayne Brown, who's a proven vet in the game, and he was elite last year with one shoulder. So why does he have to practice in training camp when we already know what we're going to get from him? Let the young guys develop and see what they got just in case an injury happens and they got to come in during the season at some point, because that's the thing, injuries happen. Makai's going to be at the right tackle. The line's already set. We got AVT at right guard, center set, left guard is set. So I'm not really worried about it.
Why is Rodgers saying jobs are up for grabs then?
Yeah, because the guys have not been playing well.
Okay. And
not even AVT or the main guys on the line. Like, we've been doing it with like 4 of the 5 guys on the line who have not been practicing.
So you're saying second string jobs are up for grabs?
Well, I'm saying the second string guys aren't who I'm worried about, because they're not going to be the ones playing on September 11th. So are you worried about them? You don't want asking all these.
Listen. Because I know from experience that starting 5 that you think you got going into the season, it's very rare that a starting 5 offensive line stays together throughout the whole season. Injuries happen.
You're right, and we got depth now, so I'm
the
good.
Depth, you talking the depth playing bad.
I'm about to say it don't sound like y'all got depth. Aaron
got
Rodgers
moving pieces. What do you mean? We got guys who can play multiple positions.
Oh, okay. So I get it. They're gonna be the 1985 Steelers Bears. It is, but the
That's not what it was. That's not what I said.
Steel curtain. That's what I get. You get the good. You have the Eagles O line. All of a sudden, they gonna win a Super Bowl. Jets are going to the Super Bowl. All systems go. Turn on the engine. We're prepared for takeoff. Right. That's what you're gonna tell us. Because when we get to the prediction part of all this, that's where it's going. That's where Miles is going with this. That's irresponsible, bro. Irresponsible. Let me just tell you, what you're about to do is irresponsible. I'm telling you.
What am I doing?
You're not engaging right now because you know what you're about to do. I'm telling you right now, it's irresponsible. It's so unfair to the people who listen to this podcast, the good people who listen to this podcast. We have some not so good people too, but the good people listening to this podcast who deserve better. You know,
hey, boss,
what about to do?
In your eyes, what does a successful season for the New York Jets look like?
There's only one right answer.
Yeah, Super Bowl.
The right answer, Chris? What you're saying?
That's the only right answer.
I'm not buying into that. I'm sorry. You know what a successful season for the Jets looks like?
Yeah, because you're Nick Wright. You're
no. I'm just being honest with you because I don't like what we're doing right now. Okay, this team has no history of winning in my lifetime. How about you guys just be competent? You guys can be a competent football team that wins 10 games, makes the playoffs, and we go from there. Make the playoffs. Make the playoffs. Wow. But if you guys had the giant season from last year, I'll be very proud of you guys. Because you know what?
I'd be disappointed.
Oh, I mean,
I don't want to get smacked by somebody in the second round of the playoffs.
It's not somebody. If the Eagles saw y'all
smacking somebody,
if the Eagles saw y'all, they would fart in y'all face. It'd get crazy. They saw y'all. The Eagles are crazy.
You talking about penny drugs? You talking about farting in people's faces? What's wrong with you tonight?
I'm just saying. The Eagles disrespect. They're good. They're really good. That's a great football team right there. Ain't no argument there. But I'm gonna tell you right now, the history of this team, you gotta take it for what it is. You gotta take it in baby steps. Be competent. Be a good football team. Look like a team that can operate. Yo, Salah said it himself on Hard Knocks. He was like, "Yeah, I had a chance to wipe the stink off this organization that's been here forever." He said that. Those are his words. Yeah, stink. It's true. If it's true, then what I'm saying is true. You guys should be looking at this. Take it step by step. Stop talking about Super Bowls. Talk about winning game one. Talk about by the end of September, be 2-2. How about that? Split it even. That'd be a great first half of the first quarter.
You're talking wild disrespect right now.
It's the Jets. It's the Jets.
Just split it even. How about that?
Even, bro.
I'm gonna let the season play out because I know Greg gonna be eating a lot of crow. He's gonna be eating a lot of crow or ribs or whatever you want.
I am okay. Yo, listen, bro. I'm telling you. I'm just trying to protect you. I'm trying to guard Miles' heart.
Me for what? You're acting like Rodgers all of a sudden just rolled over and said, I'm at. That's not what happened. He hurt his thumb. He had a down year. That down year was better than any season Daniel Jones has ever had. So
here we go. We'll see.
Yeah. Hey, bro. Listen.
This year, Daniel Jones this year going to put that to bed.
What facts? Where the facts are?
Huh?
Look at the 2 years before that. Look at the 2 years before that, though.
Okay.
Got a track record of elite play, and you're thinking that he just all of a sudden just fell off a cliff like that when he lost his best receiver?
No. Who is going to protect this man and keep him upright? He is 50. Who's going to keep him upright? That's the question. He's old as hell. He's old, yo. Who's gonna keep him upright? He can't run.
It's gonna be so crazy when he's
gonna be running around.
He's back to elite Rodgers. That's what he is.
Huh? He gonna be running around, throwing off 1 foot, jumping, extending plays, throwing across his body.
He's not gonna have to do that.
Oh yes, he will. He's gonna be running for his life. I hope you better buy a pair of Hokas or something or track shoes. He's gonna be running for his life when the season starts. I'm telling you, yo. The offensive line has not been good there for as long as I can remember, bro. You have one Pro Bowl on the offensive line. A guard. Come on, what are we talking? Dwayne Brown is old. Yo, Dwayne Brown is on life alert, bro.
He's not on life alert.
He's old. Like, what are we talking about?
Ma, so
we're gonna see.
What's the prediction you think for their record? And before you go, right? I am actually in agreement with Miles. I see them going deep, and it don't even have to do with Aaron Rodgers. That defense, that defense is definitely top 2, top 3 in the league. That front line is ridiculous, which then makes it so easy for Sauce and the rest of the defensive backs. that defense is going to be scary. And now that they have Dalvin Cook with Breece Hall, hey, you got the run game. You can do play action. The offensive line to me just gotta be serviceable. With the run game that they're gonna have, I agree. There are some question marks on it, but the run game that they're going to have with Dalvin Cook and Breece Hall, bruh, it's just literally just like, yo, Aaron Rodgers needs to be the Aaron Rodgers of old. Win those games where we need 400, 500 yards passing yard. Cool, go get it done. But I'm in the same ballpark with Miles. They're winning the division. Sky's the limit for the Jets this year.
Hold on.
Right, because y'all wanted to talk about the O-line instead of talking about the team in general. So go ahead, Greg.
Yo,
Here's something, Stephen. Greg
offense, you got to score points. The offense ain't functional, bro, because your offense
bro,
upright.
You saying that, but we were 7-5. We were top 12 team going into December last year.
You guys
who was our quarterback? Tell me who the quarterbacks were.
I get that, but your run block.
We were getting elite play last year.
You got to run the ball. You guys got to run the ball. Commit to running the football is all I'm saying. All right. I'm not trying to hurt your feelings, bro. I'm trying.
We were winning games 9-3.
I'm looking out for Miles.
9-3.
Yo, Chris, bro. Chris.
He said 9-3.
You're telling me there's no difference between Rodgers being here and then what we got last year with Zach and Mike?
I'm not saying that. That's not what I'm saying.
That's what it feels like.
That's not what I'm saying.
That's what it feels like.
Nah. There's definitely a huge difference there, and Robert Saleh definitely acknowledged that in that same meeting where he was talking about the stank against Zach Wilson. Didn't call him out by name, but basically said we ain't have no offense last year. But yo, let's go through the schedule game by game like we did last year, because last year Miles said some wild stuff.
We didn't do this for the Giants, by the way. I don't like that. Or the Bengals. Yeah, the Bengals. We did Bengals yet? We didn't do that.
Bengals next. We doing Bengals next.
Hold up. This ain't today ain't about me, bro.
We want this.
Making it about you now.
No.
I'm just saying. We gotta stop. I just want equal. I want equal treatment. And
yes, we ain't get to the AFC North yet.
I'm filing a complaint with HR because we didn't do this for the Giants. So I want to go back on a spin back and get my lick back for the Giants and go back game by game. We're gonna do this for the Jets because we keep doing this every year, and we know Miles is gonna pick them to go 17-0. So what's the point?
I didn't say that. That's not what I was gonna say. 12-5 at least.
Because I hate how we beat a random.
12-5.
You can't make a random prediction without looking at the schedule realistically and going game by game. Last year, Miles said Jets was winning 11 games, bro. 11 games.
He did say that. Yes.
So that might be more realistic this year, but we got to go through the schedule. I mean, week 1, they got
the games in December. If we had competent QB play, what the hell? Like, what are we doing?
All right, let's go through it.
We had the number 1 wild card at one point.
Go ahead.
I got the schedule. So first game of the year, y'all got the Bills. Y'all home.
I'm gonna listen to Greg. I'm gonna let Greg take the wheel. No, you take the wheel since you know everything about this team. He been watching Hard Knocks. Now he a Jets fan. He tapped in. Connor Hughes. We got Connor Hughes over here.
Okay. First game against the Bills. It's gonna be a little bit of letdown here. The Bills are gonna win that game. I'm taking the Bills.
What'd you have? Got them winning?
Yeah, I got them winning.
They're gonna win every game.
I might have them winning too. I might have them
though.
riding high early.
They're gonna win. They're gonna win that game.
Yeah, I think they're gonna ride a high wave early and then slump off towards the middle of the season. But we'll go through it.
I got them. I got them winning the first game.
Okay.
The next game, y'all at Dallas.
I got
that win.
Win. I think they'll win that game.
They start off 2-0 for sure.
I think they'll win that game. I think they'll win.
I think they start off 3-0. The next week they have Patriots. They're at home.
They haven't beaten the Patriots in like 50
I was gonna say they struggle against the pass, don't they?
They don't beat them.
I don't give a fuck about all that. We going in there, we smoking them. After what they've done to us, we got a quarterback now. We're not letting that stuff fly.
Y'all better close. You guys better close those FENTY draws that weekend. Because Bill Belichick can get after. You're gonna get in all the creases.
You're getting your sponsorship off. I see. FENTY man over here.
Next game. Hey, you might be on your. I don't know. Chiefs at Jets is the next game.
Loss.
Miles, say it. Say what you're gonna say.
It's a loss. Yeah.
You gotta speak on it. Huh?
It's not a blowout, but I could see us losing that game.
I think it's gonna be closer than most people think because of that Jets defense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll be a respectable loss.
No, we got the court jester over here laughing at everything.
I think it's hilarious. I think it's hilarious. Niggas, I could see us losing that game.
Jets at Broncos. I think that's a win.
That's a win. It's a win. Russell's a joke. Next.
Eagles.
So right now, Miles has the Jets at 4-1 to start off the season.
Mm-hmm.
Eagles at Jets is the next game.
That's a tough one.
Oh, is it tough? Wow.
You acting like we don't have elite QB play now.
Oh, my
Eagles.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah, win that game?
The Eagles. I got the Eagles too. But it's not going to be a blowout like you know.
We talking about wins and losses, period. You ain't talking about no blowouts. No, there is no what do they call it?
Moral victories.
Moral victories in this. Yo, you saying win or loss? I don't want to hear about no blowouts. I don't care.
Because when you're so quick to
lose,
hit the buzzer and say that's a loss, that means that's not even going to be a close game.
I'm not,
that's not what it means.
Feels like.
I'm not saying that. I'm just.
That's you being sensitive.
Yeah,
That's you being mad sensitive.
Yes,
he said if we hit the buzzer.
Yo, I'm literally just doing the function of the segment.
All right, next game. Jets Giants, dub. All right, after
loss.
That, Chargers, Jets.
Loss. You ain't gotta even dissect that. That's a loss for the Jets. I'll tell you that right now.
That's not a
loss
loss
for the Jets.
Said next game, Jets Giants, dub.
Loss.
Chargers, Jets. Dub.
Loss.
You still talking about that Giants game? We moved past it. It's a dub already.
No, I'm saying
Get ready for
Chargers. We're killing more. I'm gonna take the Chargers in that one.
Figures.
They're gonna get some. Yo, the Jets are gonna lose some games. They're gonna lose some.
No, did I say they won every game so far? We're on week 8, week 9.
Games. You guys are 8-2 right now. What are y'all? What are they? Tone?
We haven't even gotten that far.
Where are you? 6-2.
6-2. 6-2.
Okay. All right, keep going, man.
Jets at Raiders.
It's a dub. And then,
Jets at Bills.
Loss.
Y'all sweeping them?
No, that'll be a loss.
Then we got Dolphins at Jets.
Might be a loss.
That's a dub. That's at home. That's a dub. Tua is probably going to be in Cancun.
I see another one, Falcons at Jets.
Yep.
You always lose the game you don't expect.
Texans at Jets.
Dub.
You can't lose the Stroud the way you're looking, so that's fine.
Jets at Dolphins.
Jalen might be back by then, so I'll say a split. We'll split.
Then you got Commanders at Jets.
That's a dub.
Jets at Browns.
That's a dub.
Of course.
And then you end off the season, Jets at the Patriots.
Depends on how everything's looking at that point. Might have to sit people.
At that point, just before you even choose that game, you're 13-4.
13.
And even if they lose 3 of those games, right? They're still
12-4.
12-4.
12-4.
So look, let's chalk up 3 more losses for ones that we didn't account for, right? That's still 9 and what?
9-7 at that point.
Still pretty damn good. Get you in.
That's more like what I think it's going to be, like a 9-7 at that point. That's what I'm saying.
I don't see that.
Yo, they're going to just roll. That's right.
I can see at least 11 wins.
At least. Tone.
I can see 10 wins for sure.
I don't know, man. Whatever y'all drinking, let me have that shit.
You lowballing it. It's cool.
I'm just being
I believe in that defense, and I think they're going to rely on the run.
Greg forgot.
Greg ain't getting no rebuttal when Mom said Giants, dub.
It's cool. The Giants are going to win that game. It's all right. I ain't even trip. I'm not trip. Yo, I'm real confident in what I got going on. My team at least been together for a year. He just put together a cast of all-stars and brought the Packers from the back from the dead, brought back Jordy Nelson and then now you can run the table and that stuff. All right, it's cool. Randall Cobb. Hey, bro, it's fine. Let's see how it goes.
Right,
I'll be watching very closely.
Get your rant off.
I'm just saying. We're gonna see. I'm just trying to give you a dose of reality because I'm trying to protect you, bro. Like, or
There's
I,
no need for
since I've
protection.
met, I like Miles, bro. I'm trying to protect dude. You don't want to. You don't want to take it, bro. It's all right.
Sam Howell was looking pretty good today. So
I actually was not that impressed by him, to be honest, today. That's a whole different conversation, though. Like
good luck.
he's competent, but he's like he's small and not very athletic. I'm not really worried about that guy. You're gonna put that guy in a blender. I'm not worried about him. We're gonna be smoking on Sam Howell pack when we see him. I'm not tripping about that. It's okay. Okay, let Miles cook.
Before we go to the AFC North, Jonathan Taylor.
Okay. Oh, David. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Are we doing the AFC North tonight?
Yeah, I replaced the Hall. We could talk about the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Before we go on AFC North, Jonathan Taylor has been granted the ability to go find a trade partner. Where do y'all see possibly Jonathan Taylor landing, or what do you think would be the best fit for Jonathan Taylor?
Miami or Buffalo? Two teams right there. Those two teams. And Buffalo is a great fit. They need a guy like him. And if they can get him, they're gonna win a Super Bowl. Like I think it's really a good chance to win a Super Bowl. They gotta unlock the run game. And I think that he allows them to do that. And that's a team that needs the run game to unlock the rest of their offense, like I said before. So that's a really good fit in Miami for obvious reasons. You don't want Tua throwing the ball around that noodle arm too often. You gotta get a running back in there that can take the pressure off of that guy's arm. You know, he only got but so many shots in that arm every day. You know, every Sunday. So you need to alleviate that pressure. So he really helped them in the run game too. Take it to another level with that blocking scheme they have over there too. So their tackles, their guards, they do a good job over there running the ball. So those two teams, to me, I don't know what everybody else thinks, but those two teams to me, obviously,
I like that Bills pick.
Yeah, Bills make a lot of sense, and they can trade a first and not really worry about it. They don't need them.
They're not getting the first. They're not getting the first for him.
That's fine. They can trade whatever they need to trade. I'm just saying they have the assets to do it, and they can go get them. And it's gonna get dark if they get them.
Chris McCaffrey went for what? A second, a third, and a fourth?
Something like that. But you got to remember that this Taylor guy's not even a second contract yet. He's younger, so you might go for it first.
You got to pay him though. That's the other thing.
Right.
You're acting like, yeah, he's on his contract already, but like,
yeah,
you still got to pay him. Like if you're trading for him, it's not a 1-year deal.
They'll pay him. They'll figure it out. They'll dig something up from the scrap heap. You know, running backs aren't going for like 10 cents on the dollar these days. So they'll scrap something together.
You're not going to take that.
That's the thing though. That his extension needs to get done before he gets traded, right? Because what team's going to take that risk?
Figure out his salary. Well, I don't think they can even extend him at this point. Like the window passed.
Yeah.
We're acting like running backs have leverage. Oh, he's not going to take that. He's going to take whatever they give him. It's the NFL. These fools signed a terrible CBA. He's going to take whatever he gets and not be upset. That's what it's going to be. That's the reality. Saquon will take what he had to take. Josh Jacobs reporting to camp. He said, "All right, Massa, I'm coming." Like, come on, bro. This is what we're doing.
Taking these brothers while they down, huh, Greg?
That's what...
Hey, to your point about the CBA too, it was a crazy number. About like 58% of the players didn't even vote.
Come on, like you guys are idiots, bro.
So on that regard, I don't want to hear it. On that regard, like I'm pretty sure about that 58%. I'm pretty sure it's one or two running backs in there that didn't vote, that thought everything was sweet. So I don't want to hear that. At least you got on the NBA, they have it's like 5 to 8% of people that don't vote. NFL, the players just don't be voting. I don't get it. I don't understand. It don't make no sense. Y'all play one of the most violent games where they just had this in the preseason. Somebody got carted off. Y'all need to vote on every single player. Need to vote on the CBA for the NFL.
Yep.
Point blank. Period. Don't make no sense to me. Y'all literally could die at any point playing football.
Yep.
Basketball, you just limp around for the rest of your life because you got a torn ACL. Like, cool. You cane boy.
Like that.
Cool.
That's not so bad when you put it like that.
Hey, AFC North, same thing. We're gonna keep the Bengals for last, so don't go too Bengal heavy before we get to them. We're gonna start off with the Pittsburgh Steelers. What y'all see from them this season?
I actually think they could be pretty solid, honestly. I mean, Mike Tomlin run teams are always competitive, always good. And I think Kenny Pickett's he had a learning experience last year. And I think he's going to be better this year, especially you got George Pickens. Deontay Johnson had a down year, but that was him having to adjust to a new quarterback. So I think the chemistry is going to be there. You got more weapons with Pat Freiermuth, or you know what I meant.
Freiermuth.
And then you got Najee and Jalen Warren. So they got pieces on this team, not to mention the defense, which is always a strength of this team. So I see Kenny Pickett taking not like a leap, but he's taking that next step as of, growing in this league. I could see like 20, 25 touchdowns passing this year. And he's got the mobility to run as well. So I see 400 or 500 yards on the ground.
Yeah, I think they'll be competitive. I think Najee's a little bit overhyped for sure, and he gets injured a little bit for my liking. But I think if you look at the teams in that division, I still think it's going to be them and the Browns fighting for that third spot. So
I think they'll win 9 to 10 games. They're going to be decent, man. They're going to be a good little group this year. I really believe that. I think it's Kenny Pickett to just be more confident in year 2. That's kind of where I fall with it. I think he's gonna take a step in his development, and call it a leap, call it a hop, call it a two-step. I don't care. It's gonna be some kind of improvement, and you're gonna see him looking a lot better this year than he did the year before. So I got that
though.
games, huh?
That's expected, right? We're supposed to see that rookie quarterback trying to take that leap and get better developmentally, more reps, start the whole year instead of halfway through the year. Progress. He should be getting better. That's all I'm saying is he should be getting better.
Progress of quarterbacks is not linear. So it's never, you don't know what you're going to get. 1 year, Zach Wilson look like he's going to be the greatest guy to ever touch the earth. And the next year he sucks. Baker Mayfield, 1 year, he just kind of he just forgot how to throw the ball accurately. It can leave you if you're not mentally tough, you're not made of the right stuff. So I think Kenny Pickett is. I'm gonna take a chance on that. And I think that he'll be good. And I think the team's always good. I think that Tomlin always does a great job. So I just think those two things combined are going to lead you to a successful season, and they're going to be in the mix. They're going to be in the mix. They're going to be.
I think that's the difference right there, Greg. Is Tomlin, right? Then the other quarterbacks you just named, Mayfield, Zach Wilson, it's Tomlin. When you play for Mike Tomlin, he don't play around. He don't play about his wins. It's Tomlin.
Yeah, that's true. He's the one constant. That's very fair. I just think they're going to be good.
Yeah, they'll have another winning season. Speaking of, you mentioned them and the Browns will be fighting for that third spot. I think the Browns will be in last place. I don't see them getting more than maybe 7-8 wins. What do y'all see from the Browns?
I think they'll be a good team too. I think the division's going to be really good. I mean, the offensive line they have is great. Nick Chubb is very, very good. Deshaun Watson, coming off of the rape allegations he had and all that stuff, and getting a year under his belt playing football, and without the noise in his ear, without people talking about his gooch all the time, I think he'll be able to have. I think when you're removed from that situation, you'll be able to have some success. I think you're gonna see a bit more of the vintage Deshaun Watson this year, throwing a coop, throwing to the guys they have over there. Elijah Moore. He's gonna be a big help for them. He's gonna be utilized the right way for the first time in his career, and so we'll get a chance to watch him blossom over there too with Watson. So I like their group. I think defensively they're solid. They got Ward. They got players over there. So and obviously Myles Garrett is great. So I think they have question marks on the defensive end too, but I think that they're going to be a good team. I think they're going to win 8-9 games. And again, I'm doing best case scenario. This is best case scenario for them. They could bottom out, like Tony is saying. I can see where you're going with that. I can see why you'd say that. You make it's not a bad observation at all. I just think that I'm giving Watson the benefit of the doubt. I think he'll come back a little bit. Again, it's hard to play quarterback when people are talking about your gooch all the time in the news.
I think he has no other choice but
Miles, tell me I'm wrong.
I think he has no other choice
quarterback anymore.
No, he's not. But he's getting paid like the top one quarterback. You know what I mean? So he's got to show up this year, or else I don't know what they're gonna do if he plays bad this year, paying everything that they're paying him and what they gave up to get him. You know what I mean? So he's got to show up, and I think he will. Again, he came in week 13 last year, right after being suspended. So He'll definitely play better, and especially if he can get back to his old self. I don't think he'll be the Deshaun Watson of 2020 where he throws for over 5,000 crazy numbers, something yards. But yeah, I mean, for my sake, I hope he doesn't do that.
Well, I don't think he's going to do that anyway, just because he was on a bad Texans team and they were playing from behind, and he was
Yeah.
basically playing backyard football. So I don't think he's going to have to do that anymore. Plus, he's got an elite running back. Like, I think this is still a run-first team, even though they paid him a lot of money. But Chubb is the backbone. If you
You know
lose
what though? You know what? That's a good point. But Chubb ain't used to having to carry the load the whole game because he used to being his counterpart, Kareem Hunt. Kareem Hunt's not there no more. D'Ernest Johnson's not there anymore. So if Chubb goes down, then what? Then you have no run
yeah,
game.
and then they're screwed. Then they have to.
I disagree with that. Their O-line is phenomenal. And by the way, you act like you don't find running backs under your couch, bro. That's why they're not getting paid. Yo, they got somebody up the street. His name Deshaun. He's gonna jump in there and be great. They're gonna
not to the production level that Nick Chubb will give you is what I'm talking about.
Of course not. But we find running backs are a penny on the dollar now. That's why they don't get paid, bro. So I really am not worried about their run games. I just keep running the ball, bro. Just hand it off to me. I'll get you.
I'm picturing Gray. You little peasy ass head in the helmet. You look crazy out there.
No, I'll be Chris, you talking.
You look wild out there. Hey, you ever seen that movie, The Little Giants, bro?
Chris acting like I'm 10 pounds soaking wet. All right, nigga. You act like I don't got a hose. I'll be out there. I'll be nice. Bro. I just want to risk my life. I don't got to do that like these fools.
That's crazy.
Baltimore Ravens. What do y'all expect from them this season? I'm telling y'all now, that's my pick to go to the Super Bowl on the AFC.
Wow.
Done this long.
Hey, I like that. Zay Jones touchdown look nice. He's shifty for sure.
They're gonna be very good. They're gonna be very good. They got him some weapons finally. Hopefully Odell can stay healthy. Can Odell stay healthy? That's the question. If he can stay healthy.
He's not even their best receiver though.
Who is Zay Jones? Who is it? Zay whatever.
The question is Odell and Bateman. Can both of them stay healthy?
Can both of them stay healthy? Because it can't just be Flowers. You can just bracket Flowers. You can double them. Welcome to the NFL. So you got to be able to have some semblance of a healthy Odell for them to get to where they want to go. Because the passing game's always been the question. It's not about the run game. We know Lamar is the best running back in the league and also the best quarterback in the league at the same time. He's both. He's a package. So and that's what makes him special. So Here
you go.
Yo, I didn't say that his black ass throwing passes like Magic Johnson. I didn't say that. You said that.
I never said that either.
So that's all I'm saying. So what I will tell you is that I think if you can keep those guys healthy, the defense is always very stout. They'll be solid. They're gonna be good. I'd be surprised if they weren't. Right. I know Wink's not there anymore, but they were solid last year defensively. They weren't terrible. They were some let up, some slippage. They let up points, but I think they're going to be able to get those things back offensively with Lamar. I think you got Odell's a lot to worry about. Odell and Flowers is a lot to worry about. And then Bateman, the speed guy over the top. When he only runs straight. That's his thing. He runs straight. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I think they'll be solid though. I think
I got them winning at least 11 games.
Wow. Aggressive. Okay. I like it.
Yeah.
What do you see?
Oh no, I mean, I was thinking.
I'll say 9 or 10 wins.
I was thinking like 9 to 10, but not far from where Chris was. So really not that bad. 11 is obviously it's a great season, and they're that good. But this could be the best division in football if this thing holds true. Then because all three teams we talked about are all going to be great according to us for the most part.
It is going to be the best division in football, and I think the thing that's going to be helpful too for Lamar Jackson, he basically gets to run his offense that he was running in college. Mm-hmm. It's not talked about. The new offensive coordinator, Monken, come in there. They have a great relationship. It's already, hey, Monken, how's everything going? I'm just letting Lamar, run the offense, they're going to be perfectly fine on offense. It's really the defense for me. You starting off the season, Marlon Humphrey, injured, might not be there. That's the question marks for me is on the defensive aspect. Offensively, Yeah. Yeah, I think they're going to be elite, top 5 offense in the NFL, hands down.
Yeah, I think so too. I agree. No argument from me. And Chris is the Bengals fan in here. So if they're going to win 11 games, the Bengals are going to win 15 or something.
I was gonna say 10, but they're next, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Chris. Wax poetic.
Come on, let me hear you.
This is
What they do in the stadium? What the Jets do? They have them on the green screen like this. I can't hear you.
Yo, please
Are they the
post.
only team that does that? I
He
didn't know.
said,
that.
"Yo, please
Yo,
go."
clip this, bro. Clip that and post that, bro. Please. Please. That's how people say. That's crazy.
No, it's just that funny.
What does a successful season look like for y'all? Do y'all finally win the Super Bowl, or is it just get back into the playoffs, see what happens?
Ah, man, I think it's got to be Super Bowl. You make it to the AFC Championship game 2 years in a row. You win the first one, you lose the second one. You go to the Super Bowl the first year, don't get there in the second year. You still got the same team around you. Yeah, you lost two key defensive players, both your safeties, and you know, you hope the safety that you drafted 2 years ago can be who you think he's going to be and grow into the player in Dak, so that you think he's going to be a ball hawk, someone that can, you know, just keep everybody in front. But I think the big question mark that I have right now is Joe Burrow. You know, he's out right now. He hasn't had a training camp. He got injured the first week of training camp with his calf strain, and they're holding the cards pretty close to their chest of when he's going to return. So it all depends really on when he gets back. If he misses the first 3 games, are we going to the Super Bowl? I don't think so. I think, you know, that's a lot to overcome. Because when he does come back, he's probably going to have some rust, right? Last year he missed the entire training camp as well with his appendix. So I'm really not sure. I hope my hope is we get to the playoffs. I would love to go back to the AFC Championship game. I think that's a successful season if we make it back to the AFC Championship game, because that just means you're building on something year after year, right? So we'll see. But I think, given the players that we lost last year to free agency, Hayden Hurst, right, a bunch of key contributors to that team, Jesse Bates, Von Bell, you know, those type of guys that left a big impact on your team. If you can make it back to the AFC Championship game, you know, that's a pretty successful season.
You think Joe's missing games though?
Huh?
You think Joe's missing games though?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. They're not. Zach Taylor's been a little flaky with the media, not kind of saying when he's going to be back. I don't think so. I think he'll be back for week 1, but he's been at practice. He hasn't been playing. The calf sleeve's not on his calf anymore, so that's a good sign. They show him throwing for pregame for these preseason games. So all signs indicate to me that he's going to be ready for week 1. However, when the question's being asked after practices, you know, coaching staff ain't saying jack.
It's all my names, honestly. My bad, Tone.
You good. How do you think he does this year in regards of the sacks? I'll throw this stat out there. For his career, 24.3% of pressured plays has resulted in sacks for Joe Burrow, which some would say a lot of the sacks, half of them really is on the quarterback holding the ball too long, and that's been the MO on Joe Burrow, that he holds the ball too long. How do you see him doing this year in regards to the sack and getting the ball out quicker?
Yeah, I think in certain situations, right, when you have the playmakers that you have on the outside, and T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, Tyler Boyd, you want to hold the ball to try to see if they can break loose and make something happen. So I can see why he holds the ball, because he's counting on one of those guys to get open. He wants to make something happen rather than just throw it away or go down and take the sack. But I think given the fact that we just got, you know, one of the best offensive of tackles, left tackles in football, in Orlando Brown Jr. last year. This is going to be his first season as a Bengal, which is exciting. This is what we needed. We needed him, right? We got him for a steal too, in terms of cost. So I'm excited to see him protect Joe Burrow's blind side. Jonah Williams moved to right tackle. I know early on, he wasn't too happy about that, but he's showed up to camp. He's done great. But the line looked good last year, other than that left tackle position, right? So that's what really was detrimental to us, and I think that's going to be fixed this year. I mean, you got to think Orlando Brown Jr. last year was protecting Patrick Mahomes, right, and keeping him upright. So for the Chiefs to lose their best offensive lineman, for the Bengals to get them when they've been battling these AFC Championship the past 2 years, that's exciting.
Greg, any takes on these?
Is that how I sound when I talk about the Giants, bro? Listening to Miles and Chris talk about their teams is so funny, bro.
Nah, you sound way more delusional.
I do. I doubt it.
Way more delusional. Come on, bro. You sound way more delusional.
I doubt it, bro. Listen.
What I said was wrong.
Say delusional. It's so funny because last year I was right on the money about the Giants and what was.
What did I say was
I
wrong?
was right on the money. I ain't saying nothing you said was wrong. I'm just saying the way you talk about them, like you don't talk about your wife this way, bro.
Oh, hey, the Bengals are my first love, bro.
I just saying it, man.
That's crazy. I had to look over my shoulder, make sure you didn't hear me. Chill.
Yo, look, I think the Bengals are gonna be a very good football team. I don't think we get to beat a dead horse here or beat a dead cat. They're gonna be a very good football team. They're a team that can win. They can win a championship. Joe Burrow is an incredible quarterback. I don't really have a lot. I mean, they lost Eli Apple. That's great. That's addition by subtraction. I think they're in a good spot. They're in a good spot. They draft well. They got the kid from Michigan. I think that was this year, or was it last year? They got
DJ Turner. We got him too. Yep.
Yeah. So
two back-to-back players. That's what I'm talking about. Jack Hill and DJ Turner back-to-back years. So basically that Michigan secondary from 2 years ago.
Exactly. So I like them. I like that team a lot. I think they're gonna make some noise this year. They always do. They'll be the best team in the division. They should win the division. If they don't win the division, it's not the end of the world. They can go to the Super Bowl if it's a trip to the Super Bowl by going on the road. They can go do that. They can do it from home. It don't really matter. They bring you to the jungle. God forbid they get you to come down to Safari where all the cats are. They'll win the game for sure. So we'll see how it goes. But I like this team a lot. I'm serious. I think they can win the Super Bowl. I really believe that. So I ain't gonna overanalyze it. When you talk about the AFC, you talk about the Chiefs, talk about the Bengals, talk about the Bills. That's where it all starts. That's probably where it all ends for me. I think that's still where we are right now. I think that everybody else got to prove it. Everybody else got to prove it. Everybody else got to earn the way into that conversation. That's all I'm gonna say. You don't get to just assemble talent and then you're in the conversation. It don't work that way. I've seen it happen too many times in sports where you do that and it doesn't earn you anything. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Like the Nets.
You got to exactly actually
Yeah.
like the Nets, like Phoenix, like Phoenix this year. Phoenix didn't they do the exact same thing? That doesn't earn you anything. They're not better than Denver as far as I'm concerned. It's the same thing. You don't get to just assemble an all-star team, and then all of a sudden we're gonna say you're going to the Super Bowl. I'm not doing it. I'm personally not gonna do it.
It earns you odds in Vegas. That's it.
It earns you, yeah, exactly. It earns you nothing. You got to play on the field. We'll see how it goes. But I like the Bengals a lot. Again, it's cream of the crop.
Go through the Bengals schedule real quick. I want to hear what Greg thinks. We're gonna have Greg do it.
We didn't do this for the Giants though.
We did.
It don't matter. We just did it for the Jets. So pipe down, Gang Green.
Yeah, we did. No, he's right. He's right. He deserves it.
He said pipe down, Gang Green.
No, you're right about that. You're right.
We'll run back the Giants.
We got more to talk about. It's fine.
No,
we need to talk about the Giants getting 7 wins, bro.
When I say that,
no, I'm saying we need to go back to the Giants to get 7 wins.
Yeah, whatever, nigga. Go ahead. I'm about to get this nigga 4 wins.
He said whatever, nigga.
First game of the year, Bengals Browns.
I got the Bengals. I'll take the Bengals there.
Well, like Chris will say, it depends on if he plays or not. If he doesn't play, then
Let's go with the assumption that he's playing.
I'm assuming
it's a Super Bowl year. Let's go with the assumption that he's playing.
I'm assuming he's playing.
It's all mine.
Ravens at Bengals.
That's a loss.
I'm
gonna say we split. I'm gonna say we split.
Loss. So they'll get him back when they go back to the Pussycat land. Go again.
That's home.
Yeah.
Oh, so then
That's a win.
Then that's a win. I'll give it to him at home.
Rams at Bengals. That's a win.
The win.
Rams ain't gonna do nothing this year. That's a win.
I mean, football's weird. Football's weird. I'm gonna say it's a loss. Let's just go with that. Did you team? We don't watch this. We watch football. We watch this product. That's why Miles taking. That's why the Jets winning 14 games is or 13.
Whoa,
12 games, whatever it is. It's crazy. It's crazy.
But Greg, can you give us a loss against a little bit more of a more serious team? Like can we count that as a win? Because that's crazy, bro. He always said the Rams. I get things happen
every time. Okay, fine. It isn't even out because you're gonna play the Falcons. You're gonna play the Jaguars. You're gonna play the Jaguars are actually halfway decent. You're gonna play a decent, a weird team, and they're gonna win a game against you. It's just football. I just want to do it early and get out the way. But fine, you can prolong it. That's fine. You want to prolong it? Prolong it. Go ahead.
We play the Jaguars in December, so we'll count that one.
That's not really a weird loss. They're actually pretty good. But okay, fine. Go ahead.
Next week, Bengals at Titans.
That could be the game I'm talking about.
That could be a loss. That's what I was going to say.
That could be the game I'm talking about.
Realistically, Rams is not a loss. Rams is not a loss.
You're going to lose one of those two games. You probably beat the Rams.
Rams is not a loss, and I'll just say this. We're 3-0 against the Titans the past 3 years. Okay. I'm just saying.
Okay, fine.
And the Titans haven't gotten better.
That's fair.
D-Hop.
D-Hop, okay. And
you asked me for my opinion, bro. Right, Tone? Okay, fine. You won. You beat the Titans. Just go ahead.
I'm gonna shut up.
I ain't even. Go ahead.
Bengals at Cardinals.
Bengals.
Who's next?
Who's next? Let's go.
You're right.
Seahawks at Bengals.
That's one of those games. Like that's one of those games, bro.
If you want to throw a weird one in there.
That's one of them. That's not even a weird one. That's a good.
Not even a weird one. How's that a weird one? They're a good team.
They're a good team.
You was hella confident with all these Jets picks.
I will say that. Yo, Miles look crazy right now. I agree. Chris has more of a reason to be outlandish than you do. I'll give him that. So you know what? Fine. All right, fine. I'm gonna say loss, but Chris can say win. It's Chris's opinion is one that matters, not mine. But go ahead. Go.
I'm gonna say we're gonna win the Seahawks, but go to the next one because we're gonna lose that.
Yeah. Bengals at 49ers.
Big loss.
I don't think that's the case. I don't think they can beat and it's the kind of game they wake up for. A team that good that the Bengals wake up for. I think they'll beat the 49ers. I'm not buying 49ers stock. They're gonna be good. They're gonna be cute. It's all that. And you get the playoffs, they're gonna lose. This is what they do. I mean, I'm sick and tired of them. You got Brock Purdy running your offense. You're trying to insult us all now. That's what you're doing. You got a 7-round pick, running the offense. This ain't Tom. Like, what are we talking about, man? Like, yo, give me the Bengals on that one. I'm taking the Bengals.
Bills at Bengals.
It's a loss.
That'd be a fun one. Hopefully we don't get.
Oh, you saying that confident like we ain't beat them in the divisional round last year?
They did.
Going off of right now, right? That's what we're doing.
And we got better. They did.
Bengals Texans.
The first one.
Bengals Texans.
Miles a troll, yo.
We got robbed in the first matchup last year. We got robbed of that matchup because
but we saw him in the divisional round.
I'm saying.
Greg, don't do it. Don't do it.
I'm not doing nothing.
Stop right there, bro.
I ain't gonna do it, bro. Because Tony be trying to post these.
Bengals Texans.
I ain't do it. Yeah. Wait, but I didn't pick the last game though.
Yeah. What did you got? The Bills, Bengals. Who you got?
I'll take the Bengals there.
Texans, Bengals.
Sunday night game though. So
what'd that mean?
Bills are gonna be ready.
Like Bron said, what'd that mean?
All right. Texans, Bills, Bengals. I mean.
Oh, Bengals.
Then you got Bengals again with the Ravens. We already said that's a loss.
They're gonna split.
Baltimore. Steelers at Bengals.
That's a loss. When they see the Steelers again, they'll lose. They're gonna split.
Bengals at Jaguars. That's a Monday night game.
That's a win.
Yo, that's a game there, boy.
Yeah, I think we walk in a trap and take over the trap.
Yeah, okay. You're gonna take over every trap this year. That's according to him.
No, I ain't saying all that.
Nigga running a trap. Nigga running a trap house. Let's go. Let's do. Fuck. I'm gonna say they lose that game. Okay. Go. Keep going. I give it to wins.
at that point, just so you know, you got them on a 3-game losing streak now. Colts at Bengals.
3-game losing streak to who?
He said Steelers split it. Then he said the loss to the Jags. And
He
split with the
he said Ravens before that. Ravens, Steelers, and Jags. Yeah, 3-game losing streak. My butt. Come on.
Okay, next one. Colts win. There you go. It's over. And there's your misery's over. Go ahead.
Vikings at Bengals. That's a big one.
Oh, Bengals will win. Kirk's ass. Bengals win.
Bengals at Steelers. You already said they was gonna lose, so that's a win on that one.
Yeah.
Bengals at Chiefs.
At Chiefs.
That's a win.
So
We won in Arrowhead multiple times.
I think they'll win. I think they'll win that game. I think Burrow gets the best of Mahomes very often. He's that good. So yeah.
We'll see if they make a move at the deadline though.
Who
They don't have a receiver, so
who? The Chiefs?
That could be something they go after.
That's fine. Who you gonna go get?
Oz, what that mean, bro?
What big
We
trade-
talking
what-
about right now.
Bro, well, what big trade even
We living in
exists?
fantasy land.
In
Fancy
football,
land. We
what
got the
big
best
trade
quarterback
happens?
in the game right now.
Who does?
You just discounting him like that?
Who?
I'm not
Who?
talking about Burrow.
Who you talking about? Oh,
I'm talking
Mahomes?
about Mahomes.
No, it's a conversation. Don't do that. Don't blink. It's not a blinking. I don't subscribe to that. Burrow.
Hold on. So
Oh,
you're
Mahomes.
saying it's not a foregone conclusion that he's the best?
I think Burrow and Mahomes are like right here.
But Mahomes is the best quarterback in the league, but that don't mean he can't get got.
No, I think Burrow and Mahomes are right here. I think they're neck and neck. That's just my opinion. I think Burrow's that. I think that highly of Burrow. That's just me though.
People get dazed by.
I'm serious. I think that
Right.
highly.
You-
I don't think it's like.
You got his lick back last year. He's gonna get it again.
I think I seen Burrow like match up with him and win. Like, yo, I'm just not gonna do it. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna do it, bro.
Anything
Mahomes
can
lost.
happen in these games, right?
Mahomes lost
Anything.
10 legacy points when his wife told him that his favorite food fried chicken. And the way she said it too, Matt, fried chicken, like mad.
And then she said chicken fried steak.
Yeah, jeez, what even is
Steak.
racist? Next, Dr. Umar. You posted that clip.
Oh,
Just post a clip. Just post a clip of Dr. Umar saying.
he's like, I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.
Yo,
Yeah, so the Bengals end off the season with Deshaun Cosby coming to Cincinnati.
It's a dub.
you gonna sweep them?
Yo, this is-
Huh?
You sweeping them?
This episode.
You gonna sweep them?
Nigga, bring me the brooms.
Go ahead. What's the record? What's the record?
Yeah.
What's the record?
Y'all gave me 3 losses in a row. We sweeping them.
Okay, that's fair. I'll do that. Because no 3 losses, Chris gonna gain 50 pounds because he eating now. He's stress eating.
Nah. I'm gonna be running like Forrest Gump.
Greg got them 12-5.
I'm saying, like, the great team. See, I didn't even disrespect anybody. Great team. Great team. 12-5. He looking like we left meat on the bone or something. You know,
Me?
like, sign me out of this episode, dog.
You gotta get back to rubbing Ariana's feet. We get it.
I gotta get back to Madden, nigga. I gotta get to priorities.
This episode, man. Y'all crazy.
Yo, if you stay ready next week we'll touch on the other 2 divisions in AFC, and we'll touch on our predictions for who we got in the Super Bowl, who we got MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, even all that good stuff. We'll do those predictions. What are you about to say something?
Is next week the week before the season starts? Is that how this works, or is am I bugging? No, it's not. Right? I'm just asking.
Yeah.
Next week it is.
It is.
College football starts next weekend too, right?
No, it starts this weekend.
This weekend.
It always,
right?
it always starts.
Yeah,
on my,
so we touching on college football too.
it always starts on my birthday. Why? It always starts on my birthday. Why?
When's your birthday?
The 28th. They always start around that time of year. No, like you don't know. You gonna ship me something? Yo. Anyways, you stay ready. You gotta get ready.
You really
Yeah,
trying to be
peace.
out.